Welcome back to the Meeple Marathon. Today we are taking a look at Goblins and Glory. This is coming soon to crowdfunding, so we're going to be previewing the game today. Just so you are aware, the setup here, there are some suggestions in the back of the rule book here for game build. So we're playing with the first game build here. What we have is 4 heroes to choose from. 2 skills, 2 armor, and 2 weapons. There's a limited number of these based on the amount of players we have, so there's basically 2 of everyone. 2 of each card, based on 2-player count. I'm just going to be playing 2-handed to show you guys the game off. We also have a limited number of orcs, minotaurs, and stone golems here, and quite a lot of goblins. And I'll explain what goblins do here in a little bit for us. But the end game is triggered once this stone golem pile has run out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stone golems to be defeated. For the most part, Goblins and Glory is a standard deck builder. We're going to be playing cards. We're going to be discarding cards. When our deck runs out, we'll be shuffling them up again. Our heroes, however, stay out. They do not get discarded. They're always here, always available to attack. They can attack once per turn. And most of what we have here is going to be equipped to them. At the beginning of the game, we can have up to 3 heroes in our little tableau here. Once the first stone golem has been defeated, then we can each draft a 4th one. There is a even higher enemy in the box, the dragon, but for your first game and for a shorter game, they suggested playing without the dragons. So you could extend the length of the game or play a more difficult game by adding dragons in, which are 20 plus points, 26 or something like that. So the rest of these cards here, our skills, our armor, and our weapons, are going to go into our discard pile. Some actually, after we use them, are going to come back into these piles, which is why we don't need very many at any given time. Then we're going to be using our setup as we kit out each of our heroes. They're going to be attacking these monsters up top. Now, when we defeat a monster, we have a very important decision to make. Do we save the monster for XP? That's going to be the green number here. So 2 for the orc, 3 for the minotaur, and 5 for the stone golem. XP is how we are going to then purchase more cards. So we can have up to 4 cards stacked in our XP bar. My XP bars is going to go up vertically like this from my draw deck. Or we can choose to add these cards to our deck, gaining the amount of glory points. So let me just take one of these cards here and we'll get it a little closer, just so you guys can understand what I'm talking about here. To defeat this stone golem, I'm going to need to produce 18 points of power. If I do, I can either choose to put the stone golem in my XP bar, which is going to give me 5 purchasing power at some point later on in the game, or I can put it into my deck and it will give me 5 points at the end of the game. Whoever has the most glory points at the end of the game in their deck wins the game. Now, the trick to that is that if you start putting monsters into your deck from the very beginning, it's going to clog up your deck, because these 3 monsters here, if they come up in your deck, they're almost like wounds. They just sit there, they take up space, they don't have any positive or negative effect for you. It's similar to if you've ever played Clank, the tomes that you can purchase. I think it's 7 purchasing power. You can get a tome and it's worth like 7 XP or 7 points at the end of the game, but they don't do anything when you draw them back up. So generally you buy them near the end game and fill up your deck with them then. The goblins here are the only difference, and you actually start with some goblins in your starting deck here. You can see that this right-handed player has 2 of them. Now, goblins can be attacked out of your hand. You can place them down and say, all right, I'm attacking you. And they actually have 0 power. It doesn't take anything to defeat them, so they're like a freebie attack. Then they can be placed into your XP bar. They're only 1 XP, so they're not going to get you much. But, 2 of them is enough to buy some of this stuff here. The trick with goblins, however, is that after you use them for XP, and they have no glory power, so there's no point in keeping them in your deck for glory. But after you use them for XP, they go back into your discard pile. Whereas other monsters, after you use them for XP, go back up into their stacks. Or go into a discard pile, sorry. So they just go away. Goblins, however, will also clog up your deck, but they're like a free attack. If you have nothing else you can do, you can always attack the ones in your hand or this giant stack here. That's going to get you 1 purchasing power towards purchasing something later on in the game. So that's a decision you need to make. I think beyond that, the easiest way to show off the game here is to just kind of play through a little two-handed game here and see how things go. So you draft a hero from the beginning for free. Each player does. And so I have started with my left hand here is the archer, and my right hand here is the barbarian. And we're going to start with the archer. So the archer has a very straightforward hand here. He has 5 power-ups. So knowing that a power-up is just +1 power, easiest way to kind of stack these onto your character. And you don't have to do this, but if I were to choose to, I could not attack with my archer right now. Say I only had 1 power-up card, and that's not enough to kill anything except the goblin, and I didn't want to clog up my hand with a goblin. I have played these cards now, all right? I have no cards in my hand, so there's nothing I need to discard at the end of my turn. I'm going to draw up 5 new cards. But I've played these cards out now. Until I use them to attack something, they stay there. All right, the archer is always going to stay, but when I use cards to attack, then they're going to be discarded. So this is a little different than your standard deck builder. So I stacked them up like that, but I think I am going to go ahead and use them because he's got 3. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got 8 power, the archer right now. Not quite enough to take out a minotaur, but I have enough to take out an orc. So unfortunately, I attacked with this archer. If I had multiple heroes, I could simply, exhaust my archer off to the side to remember I attacked with him, because you can only attack with each hero once. And you can group heroes together to attack, say, a stone golem. If I had, say, for example, kept these 2 cards in my hand because I didn't need them, I would have been discarding them at the end of my turn. So I might as well have stuck them on my single archer. But I could have, if I had a second hero, decided to put 2 of them on another hero, save that hero, save the power-up cards, and not have to overspend. But that's fine. I got my orc here. I defeated my orc. I'm going to put him into my XP bar. And I'm going to put it like that. These cards then come out. They're going to go into my discard pile, and I will draw up 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which should be the rest. And there we go. So we'll put those off to the side. And we're on our way. So my barbarian here, actually would have loved that play because he gets +1 power for each power-up card on him. So he would have been, he basically doubles power-up cards, whereas the archer is just a flat 3 power. All right, so we have our cards here. Let's see what we got. We got 2 goblins, and if I choose not to do anything with these goblins, they'll just get discarded. So I have 3 power-up cards here, and most of your hand is going to be power-up cards. So barbarians are pretty good in the early game. So he essentially has 6 power. 3 for himself, 1, 2, 3, and 3 power-up cards, 1, 2, 3. That is 6. Now I could throw out a goblin here, but I have enough to take out an orc myself. So I'm going to allow these goblins to be discarded. I'm also going to take out an orc, and I'm going to place him up here in my XP bar, and these 3 cards are discarded. All right. Like I said, at some point, and this should be 5 more here, we'll take those cards for next time. At some point here, I'm going to want to recruit more heroes so I can start diversifying. That's kind of what we're going for here, so let's see what we can do. I got 3 goblins this time, not a very good, and only 2 power-up cards, but that's all I need. All right. So I have enough to defeat another orc. So let's put them off to the side. We'll take another orc. I can stack these like this because all I care about is the green number. These go over here. And as per standard deck building, we're going to shuffle these up and create a new draw pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I could have, on my turn, decided to purchase with my 4 or 2 new items. I've decided my archer is going to wait. Let's see what the barbarian is going to do here. The barbarian has a really good hand right now. So he's got a goblin. I don't think we're going to do anything with that. He's got 4 power-ups. Added to my barbarian is a total of 8. All right. Way more than he needs for the orc. Not enough for a minotaur, but watch this. I'm going to spend my orc. All right. This guy's going to go off onto a discard pile. We'll just stick him up there. And I can now spend 2 money. I can purchase mithril armor. I can purchase scavenge armor. But what I really want is this scavenged sword here. Now this scavenged sword says, gain this card to your hand. After attacking with this card equipped, abandon the card. Abandon means it's going to go back into the stack. Okay, so this is a sword I found. I'm going to use it once, and then I'm going to toss it off to the side, however you want to think about it. But it costs 2 XP. So I'm going to add this sword, and we'll stick it over here so we can see the XP. See the power. Now our barbarian has 12. So again, we're not using that goblin. We now have a minotaur. Okay, I am going to save him for XP. We're still saving up. These cards go away, but since this scavenge sword says, after attacking with this card equipped, which we just did, abandon this card. So there we go. Boom. And that was the barbarian's choice. He decided to go for the bigger prey. Now, he didn't add a card to his deck, but he was able to get bigger prey, which is worth more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see what he decides to do here in the future. All right, back to our archer. What do we got here? We've got a goblin. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I don't quite have enough to recruit a hero. Do I want to overspend? It's probably fine. So I could just defeat my goblin here, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So the order in which you play your cards does make a difference. So I'm going to choose to attack with my archer against the goblin. Easy peasy. Okay? This archer is now exhausted. He has been played. I now have 5 XP, which I can spend. The goblin goes back. The 2 orcs are going to go up here in the orc discard pile, but I can recruit one of these other heroes. And I think we're going to... Do I want it to be a bard or a warlord? I think we're going to go with the bard. The bard's going to allow me to go through my deck faster, and I can just keep throwing those goblins out. My bard cannot attack the turn he is recruited, but what I can go ahead and do is give him 4 power-up cards, and since I'm not using him to attack, they're just going to sit right there. Now he's set and ready for the next time. I can refresh my archer. I can draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more cards. There we go. And we're back to the barbarian. So the barbarian has not a great hand this time. He only has 2 power-ups. So, and he's thinking, man, I like what they're doing over there. I'm going to save up for a hero as well. And unfortunately, he doesn't even have enough to take out an orc right now. He doesn't want to give up his minotaur. He doesn't want to spend that XP, so he's going to take out one of these goblins. All right, that's going to be added to his XP row. He has attacked, so he can't attack anymore. These goblins are going to go in our discard pile, and we are done. And these go away as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, there we go. And back over to here. So these guys are rolling now. Maybe they made the right decision. So I've got 2 goblins here, 3 power-ups, and I'm going to put all 3 of these on the archer, maybe? Or do I... At the start of your turn, cards +3. So this is important. And I don't even have enough. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten the Bard early. So the Bard allows me to draw 3 cards, which I only have 1 card floating around unused because I stacked so many up here. It allows me to draw 3 and then discard a card from my hand, which is going to be a Goblin. I thought, oh, I can cycle through my deck faster, but my deck is all sitting here on these guys. So let's think about what we want to do here. The Bard is 1, 2, 3, 4. He doesn't have any other abilities, and this guy is 3, 6. So I have 10. I think what I'm going to do actually is I can attach any number of power-up cards to a hero. So this Bard is just, he's singing away. He is building up as much power as he can. He's not going to attack. I'm not going to bother with these goblins. This archer is going to attack. All right, and he is going to attack this orc. All right, I'm immediately going to spend this orc. No, I'm going to save the orc. Okay, and then we basically have our hand here. All right, back over here to our barbarian who, excuse me, is saving up. We got nothing but power-up cards, so he's very powerful this turn. But I don't think he wants to pull another, get a scavenged sword. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's at 10 again. Goodness, something is getting to me. All right, so he's just going to go after the orc. That's going to give him enough to purchase something here in the future. And he's going to call it a day. Actually, he can go ahead and make his purchasing now. He's going to take this card. He's attacked for 1. So we spend our goblin, and then our orc and our minotaur are going to be used to purchase. We're going to go with a warlord here. And we'll give the warlord the armor, the scavenged armor. Scavenged armor and scavenged sword work exactly the same. Okay, he does have some cards, so he's going to shuffle up. One, two, three, four, 5. All right. And then back over here to our archer and our bard. So the bard is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have not enough. So the bard is going to continue to sing. We're going to take out an orc right here. All right. That'll spend these. We know where those are going. And I'm going to spend these 2 here to buy a claymore, which feels like it should belong over here more. And this card actually is going to go into my discard pile, so now I do have to shuffle. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, did we get it? Did we get it? We did get it. Okay. All right, we'll save that one. All right, back over to here. Barbarian is back, and now we can maybe do some stuff here. Although I got 3 goblins. That's not helpful. I'm going to put these on the barbarian here. And what am I going to do with him? So I changed my mind. I'm going to put 1 power up on the barbarian. I'm going to put 1 on this guy. So this is 1, 2, 3, and then he has +2 here for the barbarian. So that's going to give him 5. So this power up is going to go here. This one's going to go back, and we're going to take out the last orc. All right, no more freebies. And yeah, we'll save the power up on the barbarian. Or do we use him to take out a goblin? Yeah, actually, I'm going to use him to take out a goblin. So we'll put that goblin there. This power up goes away. And yeah, because I got a plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, back over to here and our super powerful bard. So this is going to go here. These goblins, I'm not using this time. The claymore, which I've been looking for here, must have 2 or more power-ups equipped to attack. We're going to give this claymore to the bard. The bard can then draw 3 cards, and then he has to discard 1. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to give it to the archer, because I may not need him. He's got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So just by himself, he is taking out a Minotaur. And now the Claymore does not go away. The Claymore is going to stay with me. And I've got a Minotaur here, and we're gonna save these. It's time to start saving up a little for some of these. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna move my things around. So these ones stay with me. These ones go back in. That way I can kind of see them better. And actually, yeah, I'm going to attack one of those goblins. I should not have gotten rid of them with my archer. That'll give me 1 XP. I'll spend that and the Minotaur, and I'm going to get a power attack. All right. Oh yeah, those stay right there. Okay. And you know what else I wanted to do with these? I wanted these guys. What was that? That was an orc. We'll stick him there. I wanted to buy last time a surprise attack. So I'll just buy it now. It's still going in the discard pile. Oh no, this said gain this card to your hand. So I'll take it to my hand. All right. So I'm going to give a surprise attack to the warlord. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to my barbarian here. Boom. And so the barbarian is now 10. This guy is 8 because he's 2 for the barbarian and 6 here. I'm going to take me a stone golem. And I'm going to immediately turn around and spend. Now this comes back. These go over here. I'm going to immediately spend that stone golem to recruit a hero. And I think it's time to add just a standard archer here. Or maybe I take another warlord. I like having all the power over here. And there's a limited number of hero cards here. So if I were to swoop in and buy all the warlords, I'm denying the other player that. So there we go. This stone golem has been spent for XP, so he's not available for glory. I don't have any glory in either hand, but I think that's probably a good strategy for the early game. But things are starting to pick up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, back to our bard and our archer. What are they going to do? They don't have much at all. So I got 2 goblins here. I might have to use them because I don't know if I can get to the Minotaur. Let's give... Now, my bard, though, gives me +3 card draw. 1, 2, 3. I knew I had them for a reason. And then I have to discard a card. I'll just discard this goblin. Perfect. The bard is coming in handy. So I'm gonna the bard's just gonna hang out and watch the archer do his thing, which makes sense. So 2 there, which allows me to wield the claymore. All right. And I have a weapon attached, so I can wield the power-up attack. So again, I don't have to just stack them all underneath the archer here. You're going to have 1 skill, 1 weapon, 1 armor, and as many power-ups as you want. So the archer alone here, and I'm going to give this to the bard. Maybe. Hold on. The archer alone is doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, and then 6 is 14. Way more than he needs, but that's fine. We're going to take us out a Minotaur, and yeah, might as well. This isn't going anywhere else. Give that to a bard. He's going to take out a goblin. I'll discard the other goblin, and all my stuff is going back. But having that bard is going to allow me to cycle through back these cards rather quickly. And there's also something to be said about just keeping goblins up here in your XP bar. That way they're not clogging up your deck. All right, so I got 4 here. Do I want to purchase something with the 4? No, I think I want to get in on this 3rd hero action here. Get me a warlord before this guy goes. And technically, I take that back. Technically, a stone golem has been defeated, so a 4th hero is available for each side. All right, but let's see what these guys are doing. I got a couple goblins. They're not doing much. Is this the turn where I just throw some goblins up in my XP bar so I don't have to deal with them? Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to give these... No, I'm going to give these 2 power-up cards to the Barbarian. Actually, these 3. Now I'm going to use these 2 Warlords to defeat 2 Goblins, put them up here in my XP bar, and just kind of have a dull hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Then we're going to go over here, and I didn't draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Five, but then I get to 1, 2, 3, and I have to discard one of these. We're pretty sure what we know it's going to be. It's going to be a goblin. And now let's see what we can do. I got I didn't get any of my special cards. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 3 is only 9. So yeah, I'm just going to equip the heck out of my archer. And the bard is gonna smack this goblin with his loot thing there. Now the question is, do I steal the last claymore? Do I buy a scavenge sword here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe I do. I'm going to use these 2 to purchase a scavenge sword, put it on my archer, and then immediately take out a Minotaur. So this is going to go back. These are going to go back. And then I'm going to use these guys here to purchase. I want this warlord before these guys get any tricky ideas. All right. And 1, 2, 3. All right. So back over to here. These guys are cruising. I have a goblin that I may or may not do something with. This guy is a 6 right now, and these 2 guys make it a 10. I could just give one of these to somebody and get me a Minotaur. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's a 14, and these guys are 18, and I take out a stone golem. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So, boom. I have taken out a stone golem, and I'm actually going to take this as glory. This goes discarded. This goes away. It took all 3 of them. There we go. And we're just gonna shuffle back up. So he's looking towards the end game, this player on the right. He's decided it is time. And he has one more strategy up his sleeve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got some ideas. All right, this guy over here has got what we need. All right, no goblins. So I'm gonna take one of these and stick it under the warlord. The bard allows me to draw 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'll discard that goblin. I'm gonna put 2 power-ups on this warlord. All right, a claymore and a power attack. So he's at 10 plus, actually I didn't need all of these guys. I only needed one of them, and I could have killed off the other goblin. Oh well, I'm not gonna go back. All right, this guy's a 4 by himself. 5, 6, 10, 16, all on his own. The archer then all on his own gets me to 19. So I'm going to just attach these 3 cards to the bard and save them. So these 2 alone were able to take out a stone golem. And I think what they're going to do is use this stone golem right away to purchase this claymore and deny these guys the claymore. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, back over here. These guys have a plan, remember? Okay, we need a minotaur. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy alone is 4, and this guy alone is 4. But, so all I really need from this guy is 7. So if I attach 4 to him, he's now an 8. All right, if I do that, he's an 8, and this guy makes it 12. So this guy's not gonna be used. He's just hanging out. These 2 guys are gonna go attack a minotaur. All right, these minotaurs and these goblins are gonna be used as XP to purchase this bard, because they're like, hey, I've got the formula I need. I just need to keep cycling through these cards that I'm gonna be using as XP. So I need to shift all these guys around off to the side here. Separate them out. Okay, yeah, we're mostly still on camera there. These guys now go over here. And I just shuffled up my deck, so perfect. 1, 2, 3, but they're gonna come back. These got spent. These got spent. And everything's... this guy's over here. See, I got them all mixed up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So now this guy can get more cards into their hands. If it's a stone golem, they can discard that one because that stone golem's just clogging up their deck. This is kind of their strategy. Over here, they're like, I'm gonna buy up all the good stuff. So back over to them. We got a couple goblins here. We're probably gonna discard them. The bard allows me to draw 3 cards. Boom, boom, boom. And yeah, we're gonna discard one of these goblins. All right, and we have got here us a nice powerful setup here. So I'm gonna attach 2 to you and 2 to you. And even the bard has 2, but I'm going to give you a claymore and you a claymore. And this goblin's just going to sit here. So this guy is 4, 5, 6, and 6 is 12. This guy is 5 and 6, 11. So between the two of them, that's more than they need. Do I give the claymore over here instead? This guy is 4, 5, 6, and 12, and then this guy is 18 just by himself. And so he's overkill, but I'm saving 5 versus saving 3. So I think we'll do that. We don't need this goblin. This stone golem is going to be used for glory. So we decided we can't be left behind. So these cards have all been used. The archer is saving his. He could have attacked a goblin, but he's just saving up. This was 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm getting my cards all mixed up here. They're flip-flopped around. Okay, now they're like, oh god, I gotta start taking out these stone golems here. So here's one of my stone golems, or my only stone golem, but I get to draw 3 more cards and discard 1. So it really doesn't matter, but I'll discard that stone golem. I got me some more power-up cards, and let's see if we can do it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This makes the barbarian a 12, and then this guy's now an 8, so I don't even need that. With this guy being, no, this guy's a 6, I only need 12 from him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this guy's a 6, and now the barbarian is a 12, and so these two alone are able to take out a stone golem, and they will take it for glory. Because see, this is their plan. They kind of have it covered now. They don't need to do anything else. And there's only 2 more stone golems here, so that's going to trigger the end game very soon. All right, they'll take these 2 cards. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go over here. So they're like, oh crap. We also got our stone golem. We need our bard. Where's our bard to the rescue? 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, they don't have the greatest hand here. So I got a couple goblins. Actually, I've got 3 goblins here. And a power attack is not going to be able to be used. So unfortunately, I'm going to put the power attack on the warlord, and the do I put the power attack on the bard? Yeah, I'm going to give the bard the power attack, and he's just going to save it. This guy is a 4, and this is a 5, so that's 9. I just need to give them 2 more. Boom, boom. The bard will hold on to that one. And we're going to take a Minotaur as glory. There we go. So these were used. These were used. Those were not. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, back over to here. There's a couple more stone golems left. What can they do with them? Ooh, they did not get a very good hand here. So, the bard's going to come in. He's going to sing, la la la. Perfect. We will discard one of these. We're going to have the bard do something. He's going to take out this goblin because he's like, I'm tired of seeing this goblin. And this guy is also going to take out a goblin. He's like, I'm tired of seeing these goblins. Boom. So these two guys have gone. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's close, right? We talked about how this makes him a 10. And this guy is a 6, 7. So he's at 18. I can spend these two. I'm like, the heck with it. I'm going to take a scavenge sword. I take it here. I use it. It's going to go back. I take my stone golem. And everything is going back in. Everybody's getting refreshed. We're taking 3 cards and 2 more. So the question is, can they take out that last stone golem, or are these guys going to trigger the end game? What's it going to be? So it all comes down to this hand that I'm not sure what these guys are going to get. And these guys only have 3 heroes. They've been doing this with just 3 heroes, but they got a better deck. So 3 cards from the Bard, and it's 3 goblins and a stone golem. So probably not the hand we needed. All right, I need to give this one here to the Bard so he can wield a claymore. Unfortunately, then this guy cannot wield his, so we'll give the claymore to the archer. Yeah. And the Bard now has 10, 12. This guy is a 4, 5, so 17. Yeah, we'll use the archer. He's not going to get the claymore, but they're going to swoop in and take this last stone golem. All right. And so all these cards get discarded. Everybody participated. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't think there's going to be much for them to do in this last round, because these guys are like, the heck with it, I want that last Minotaur. So here we go. I've got 2 stone golems and a goblin. My Bard is going to sing, get me 3 more cards. I'm going to discard one of those. I'll discard another one because it doesn't matter. And I don't need no stinking goblin at this, or no, I might need that goblin. So let's see what we got here. We just need 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we got it. We got it. We got it. All right. So yeah, we've got enough to take out this Minotaur, who we're going to stick in our pile. We don't need that. We don't need that. So we've triggered the end game. Now there's not really much for these guys to do because there's nobody else here to take out that's worth doing. We could attack all 3 of these guys and take out 3 goblins, but that's not enough for us to gain a hero, and that's going to make a difference here in a second. So I'm just going to forgo their hand because I think they tied. Let's look through their deck here at their glory points. So I could be wrong. Now, unfortunately, these cards aren't getting me anything. So the cards I recruited are not helping me. And goblins are worth nothing. So these guys had 13. And these guys have... Maybe it's not a tie. Nope. These guys did win. I wasn't paying attention. And so these guys have 18. If, for example, this stone golem had not been there and we would have been tied at 18, the fact that these guys have more heroes, they would have been victorious. This is the tiebreaker here, whoever has more heroes. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's a quick-ish game of Goblins and Glory. Obviously, I was playing two-handed, but I feel like I did a pretty good job of diversifying each side. And this just shows you an example of some of the cards, the demo. And obviously, all of these cards and the instruction manual, everything else are a demo copy. So none of this is final. The game is not final. But you can see here that there are four of each type of card you can recruit. So 4 weapons, 4 armor, and 4 skills. There are way more. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 different heroes. You're only playing with 4 at a time. There's the dragons here that you can add in. Yes, they get to 26 and are 7 and 7. You can always add in more. For a longer game, you can add in more monsters. But this just gives you a general idea of how the game is played with the kind of first game setup they recommended in the rulebook. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. If I'm not able to answer them, I will either direct you to the designers of the game, or I will ask the designers myself and get back to you. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a great day.